Okay, so you've been home for about a week from the last high-level camp. What's been the news? Is something you wanted to share? Something, go ahead.
I've got a few things since the camp. First of all, I just want to say thank you for the camp again. It's just phenomenal. My brain was perhaps the most fatigued I've ever experienced at a camp, during and after, and I was really doing my best to absorb and focus the whole time. But by the end, my brain was pretty fatigued. So I can only imagine what, for example, international travellers and all the presenter you did, etc. So appreciate all the energy you put into the camp.
Well, I appreciate that, Robert.
Yeah, I want to say thank you again for you, Ian, for coming around the world. And I'm also have been pretty fatigued, and I took a real recovery week last week. It really pushed me, and I feel like you often say, you see what you're meant to see. And I think that was the week for me where you opened my eyes to what I could achieve.
First of all, thank you everyone for the camp, in particular the Georges for making it possible. It's always great to be there. It's a great facility, and it's only a trip with the train, taking the train, so that is very different. And thank you very much, Ian. While it is only a short journey for me, I was still really exhausted, so I can only imagine how you have felt. But then again, well, I've written it on the Facebook page. You are really an example of over-delivering. I can't really say under-promising, I don't know, but definitely, I mean, there's always a lot of problems. We know what to expect, but there's definitely over-delivering. So that was phenomenal to see. Talking about being exhausted, well, I remember at the end of the camp, I answered Jimmy with oui instead of yes, so I started talking French, and then it's really time to to go home. So I also took a little bit of recovery. A lot of highlights for me during the camp. It's one of those examples when you are at the camp, and it's not my first camp, of course, but there's always that moment that you realize that there are still some things you don't, where we say you don't know what you don't know. And this was the case when I did my first level 3-4 camp, but it's still the case when you do the high level camps. You don't know what you don't know. So that was an eye-opener for me. And just a reinforcement of the study goes on and on and on. It's just a never-ending story, and that's a great for me. When I come back from the camps, my eagerness to study more is always higher, even being fatigued. I can't wait to watch the videos and read some more books. So and that is my update.
Good stuff, Dave. Everybody has excessive fatigue, and it's very normal. Camps are always demanding, and the better the environment, the better the hosts, the more we tuck into it. So that's exactly what we did. I think it was a very balanced. The content was very, very balanced. Good stuff. The Duke.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for everybody's reflections. It's helping me stimulate, 'cause so much happens. I'm trying to recall everything, and the first thing that came to mind was the seminar. Had feedback from it. People saying I've gone around and started stretching. So that was the first take. I've got a client who's been to all 3 of the seminars that we've done. She done the online one, and she did last year, and she's done this one, and she's still taking value away from it. So I was really pleased to hear that. She took a lot away from stuff that I didn't quite hear, but she was hearing stuff about the recovery side of it, because she's a lady that really pushes herself. So she heard stretching. She does stretching. We've helped her a lot with that. But she heard some other things that other people hadn't heard. So I was really intrigued to hear her feedback. But from a personal point of view, one of my favourite sessions, I learnt loads off of that session about the athlete and interacting with equipment, and so much stuff came off of it.
Very good, because when you're dealing with an implement, when you're dealing with something that's locomoting them, no matter what it is, it's a whole new dynamic, and then it's another new dynamic when the implement is a living, breathing organism as opposed to a motorbike, a push bike, or a car, or a sled. It takes it to a whole new level of complexity.
Then the Saturday session was a phenomenal lesson in do it, just do it. And then I watched you deliver that whole day, and it was a lesson in just do it. I thought it was amazing content, amazing lessons, and I genuinely, I don't know where it came from, because you at the end of the week I was shattered. My brain was completely fried. So yeah, it was a phenomenal lesson in just do it, and I've definitely taken a lot away from your work ethic to move things forward with our business.
Well, I got to make a confession. It's easier when you're doing the talking to stay awake and be engaged than when you're doing the listening. It's far more challenging listening, I believe, like keeping awake or keeping your attention span. So I actually think I've got the easy job. I do think you've got the harder job. So I was very impressed with all of you on the Saturday in particular.
Yeah, Ian, firstly, well done, jumping on the plane again and getting the job done. Fantastic. Always reminds me with this debrief how important debriefs are. I mean, it's just been fantastic last hour and a half. Just getting so much out of it. I was stunned about how deep we go, where we lead off to, and thinking about the athlete first, which I really appreciate. I mean, being an athlete, it just makes sense to look after the athlete, and that's where I started. So yeah, and just talking to Ian, you said about with Paula, talking to the athlete, anything's possible. I'm your guy, committed to the process, that sort of thing. That's really valuable. Because communication is such a big thing. And just the impact, making a life-changing impact on athletes. They're just three things that come to mind. So thank you, everyone.
Good stuff. Appreciate that, Don. I appreciate you being there.
First off, thank you, Georges, for hosting this camp and also providing the bodies. Now, Rob for the camera work, and Dave for your uplifting energy, your questions, and also enjoyed watching you getting challenged to reach the next level, which I think is very exciting. And of course, Ian for your A game. I think this is one of the most holistic, high-level camps by far. So really, thank you guys for making this happen. So a few things that I really enjoyed was Jimmy, your question on the job description, how to present yourself, and what you have to offer. That was extremely valuable. Rob, the workshop on your business, and yeah, like I think this is one of those things that you can come in at any point of time with your business and still work on it. And seeing the success of Paula's repeat client and getting the exposure to the Irish dance. I had no idea what that was, and but I also got so much value out of it, and I just can't wait to watch the videos. So yeah, thanks for camp.
I picked up some pretty good things there. Congratulations to everybody who made the effort to be part of it, and I'm very rewarded to hear that it's been given the marks that it's been given, because it's a performance reality, and anybody who's been an athlete knows, that when you're heading into a competition, you've got to manage your emotions and manage your recovery to make sure you don't wear out before the whistle goes or the first ball is tossed, so to speak. There was a short turnaround between America and the UK, and that was on the George's credit, and obviously to my willingness to get back into the game in a short period of time. And wrap on that clip.